Today's episode is brought to you by Destiny's Accessories, located inside of A.V. Lopez at 3831 Boca Chica Boulevard in Brownsville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. Destiny Accessories has all the phone and tablet accessories you need, including chargers, screen protectors, wallets, clips, holsters, pop sockets, cases, and much more.
Warning, this episode may contain disturbing content. Discretion is advised.
Welcome to Paranormal 956. My name is David, and this is Bianca.
Hi, guys.
What are we talking about today, Bianca?
Something about a hotels.
The Colonial Inn in downtown Brownsville.
Oh, in Brownsville. Okay.
Yeah.
You still have hotels in Brownsville?
Yes. The Colonial Inn is
Holiday Inn.
Historic hotel on Levy Street, right by the border.
Oh, by Ross.
Yes.
Okay. I know Ross.
Across the street from Ross.
Right.
Dress for less.
We're not getting paid.
We're not sponsored for that.
We're not sponsored for that, guys.
But it is what it is, right? Yeah. So this is the story. This is the story of the Colonial Inn, room 101.
Okay.
So apparently, this happened, I think, in the 90s.
Allegedly. We need to start saying that.
We do. Allegedly,
right.
A professor came from Mexico to give a series of speeches back then at UTB TSC.
Okay. He wasn't coming to shop at Ross, right?
He was not going to Ross. In fact, Ross Dress for Less was something else back then.
What was it?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
It might have been. No, I was going to say.
We don't have a story for that.
I was going to say it's a bus station, but that's another block down.
Oh, yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah. So I don't know.
No.
Maybe it was a Ross. I don't know.
Disregard.
Leave it in the comments. Tell us what was there back in the 90s.
90s, yeah.
Yeah, because I've never shopped at Ross, and I didn't shop at what was there before either.
I don't think you've ever shopped.
It's also true. Unless it's a toy store or electronics, maybe.
Right.
But I don't get my electronics at Ross Dress for Less.
No.
I don't.
Or toys.
No, I don't. So,
anyways.
Colonial Inn, room 101. Yeah. I actually heard this story years ago doing like a Halloween haunted tour of Brownsville given by the Historical Society of Brownsville.
We have tours?
There are tours. They're actually, I like them a lot. We should go. I think it'd be fun. And then maybe we should have our own tours because we know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
We do. We would go to different places as well. So anyway, right. Colonial Inn, when we went on this tour, they actually warned us not to get too close and take pictures because the management would get really upset. So we might get in some trouble for saying this, but I'm not scared. Anyway, so the story is...
We're barely starting anyways. I mean,
yeah, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening to this.
Right. Okay. Anyways.
We don't even listen to
Allegedly.
Allegedly, nobody's listening to this. So, room 101, there was this professor come over from Mexico to give speeches at UTB TSC, which is now Texas Southmost College.
Right.
Stayed at this hotel because it's only like 3 blocks away. Right? Walking distance.
Yeah.
And so he stayed in this room. Apparently he asked for a room with a lot of history and local color. I don't know what that means. It sounds
so he went into a hotel and was like, give me the room with most
history
and
local color. Which is what you do, right? When you stay at a hotel, you always say that. I turned the volume off. So anyway.
Anywho.
So apparently the first night, apparently it's Dr. Medrano is the name of this gentleman.
Allegedly.
I don't know if they made that name up.
Yeah,
but that is what I've heard. And we read a little bit more about this story in a book called Ghosts of the Rio Grande Valley. And so we have not seen this ourselves, but we have read about it and we have heard about it.
That's why we're saying allegedly.
Allegedly. And so Dr. Medrano was giving these speeches. Apparently him and his wife the first night didn't sleep very well. Mm-hmm. They didn't talk about it. Kind of kept that to themselves.
Okay.
It's a little strange to me
Uh-huh.
because every morning the first thing my wife asks me is, how did I sleep? Right? I always say fine, regardless of... But then
She has a story.
But then she always has a
Yeah.
story. Every night is an adventure for her.
Right.
Right? And so that's like what gets our conversation started every morning. This couple's different.
Right.
Every couple's different. I'm not here to judge
They
anybody.
don't communicate through dreams or nothing
They
like
don't.
that.
They're not like us, but that's fine. Not everybody is.
Right.
Right? To each their own. Second night, things are worse. And so this is the story.
How is it worse?
So their dreams were worse, meaning there was bad the first time, and then they were more bad the second night.
Okay.
Right? And so...
Understood.
Right. So at one point, I don't know if it's the second or the third night. I don't remember. I read this a long time ago,
Okay.
like 10 minutes ago. And so...
I wasn't paying attention. I
Yeah.
have ADHD.
Yeah, thanks for that. And so the wife comes out and she sees something under the bed.
Okay.
The husband thinks it's like a mouse or something like that. Gets down to look. Something grabs him, starts pulling him under the bed. Like you do, right?
Like any other scary movie.
Like a hotel room.
Yeah.
In the scariest movie I ever saw.
Yeah.
So it's pulling him in.
I don't think there's a scary movie with the hotel room that pulls you under the bed. Is there a movie? Guys, is there a movie?
There's got to be a movie like that. I haven't seen all of the scary movies, but I feel
Right.
like...
No, I don't think they have that script already, sir.
All right, so
We might be making one then.
we're going to maybe
Anyways.
write our own scary movie
Right.
with a bed with a portal underneath it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pulling him under. His wife comes. She's not dressed for pulling, apparently, right?
How
She's like,
dress appropriate do you have to be for pulling?
I would think it would need to be work shorts, gloves maybe,
I was thinking pants
hard hat,
because they're gonna
steel toes,
grab your ankles and stuff. Skinny
Well,
jeans preferably,
skinny jeans.
so they won't.
Yeah.
If they have nails, they won't go through.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
So
I'm just saying.
his feet are dangling into hell apparently at this point in the story. And so she comes and she grabs him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so he gets pulled underneath the bed
Right,
and his legs are like in
like
hell.
falling.
Right.
It's not like they pulled him like
Like
across the floor. It's like pulling him down into
Right.
the floor.
into the floor.
Okay, you see, you gotta be with details.
Okay. Well, whatever you want to know, just ask. Feel free to ask. This is a conversation. I
Right.
want to be clear and I want you
Okay,
to get the whole story.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So without being too...
He's being pulled into the floor.
Right.
Hell.
Right.
Allegedly.
So what I was getting with the clothes is that they're getting ready for bed. So they're not dressed.
Right.
Right. So all I know is that if my bits were dangling into hell, who knows what's happening at that point. Right. But the
You
wife...
know, there's a saying, like a Mexican saying, whenever you fall or something falls, it's like, oh, ya te chupó el diablo. And that's just you falling on the floor.
Yeah.
Imagine getting dragged, like
Into
pulled
hell.
into hell. That's more than chupar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What?
That's concerning.
Yes. It would be a story that you would want told, I think.
Right. It's like, me chupó el diablo. It's like,
Yeah.
not like, me chupó.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And so the wife pulls him out eventually. He gets out, he fights. They run to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Right. And so this part of the story was a little confusing to me.
Right.
But as they're kind of like huffing and puffing that they got away, something comes out of the tub, like covered in
They
blood.
were hiding in the bathroom.
Right.
For what?
I assume they thought it was safer there. Right.
Okay.
And so now they're scared from being in the bathroom as they were gonna be waiting there.
Right.
Now they decide to run out while all this stuff is going on in the bedroom.
What was going on?
So that hellhole's still there, right? The portal to hell underneath the bed. But now that now that they run out though, now they see a couple of other things, right?
Right.
Apparently, allegedly, there is a torso of a body with no head,
What?
no arms and no legs, flopping around on the ground. there is a baby there that's blue for some reason, right? And then that baby's mom is there with half of her face blown off from a gunshot wound.
The baby's mom?
The baby's mom is behind the baby.
Man, how do they know that?
So I'm sure they told the newspapers. I'm sure it was on CNN at the time.
Okay.
It's got to be.
It's on Fox News for sure.
Allegedly. Right. And so he makes it to the door and makes it downstairs. And the person at the counter goes, let me guess, room 101. Right?
Like,
yeah. Yeah. And
no
so then
way.
The professor and the wife are like, how did you know that? Right? And he's, that room has demons. People kill themselves in that room all the time.
Kill themselves? What do you mean? What?
So apparently, allegedly, the word is that this was some kind of Apache burial ground or some warrior was killed there.
In room 101.
Right. Probably because the rooms were cheap. I don't know. Because Apaches, I don't know how much money Apaches have. Maybe it was before the building was built.
I would hope so. Not during.
Yeah. Yeah, because the building was built in the 1900s, like 1917, something like that. So, not a lot of tribes in Brownsville at the time.
That we know of.
Stay tuned. We'll do some research into that.
Hopefully.
Maybe. If we don't get canceled already.
Right.
But, so anyway, this particular demon is more powerful, I guess, is the way to say this, to men that are like warrior age. So like 19 to, I don't know what warrior age.
25, let's say.
That sounds good. I'm not going to argue with you over that. I'm way past that, so I feel like I'm safe. But, and I think...
So if you go in there, you're safe from everything.
Well, I won't be killed.
For sure.
Probably. But this guy was a little bit old too, right? I mean, he's a professor. He can't be 18, right?
I would guess 30s.
I have no idea. But he didn't seem that safe. I did look him up. I didn't find anything on this guy. So I think maybe they used a fake name too.
Ah, fuck.
Or this is complete bullshit. One or the other. I'm not sure.
But that's the
legend. And I heard it from a history professor.
And it's on a book.
And it's in a book. So what do you think about, I always ask you like on a scale from 0 to 100, where are you on the belief of this story?
So it's a whole portal, nothing to do with an Apache or I don't know.
So I'm not super familiar.
It's all like random things coming to a blue baby with the lady's face blown off. Allegedly, it's the mom. It doesn't. Oh, jeez.
It is but this is the thing. It's so weird.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
To me, this is a story made up by someone. Not attacking anybody.
Okay.
That probably did some type of acid.
So that actually makes more sense. Or maybe, since they didn't want to talk about their dreams, maybe somebody had a dream about this.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
So this is the thing. The one thing that does seem to make it a little bit more true is that this story is so weird. Like if somebody's going to make up a story, is this the story they're going to make up?
Right.
Because.
But then also the guy at the front desk, he was like, "Oh, room 101." Like,
yeah,
it happens every time. Like, yeah, guys, like we'll just move you to another room. Like, it's fine.
See, that's
like from all the rooms, you put a customer in 101 knowing that it happens every time. Like, unless a customer tells me, like, I want room 101. Yeah. I'm like, ma'am, you know the dangers of it or whatever, this and this and that.
You would warn them.
Me as a business owner.
You would warn them.
And we're like, can you sign a NDA?
Right.
Or something.
That makes sense.
Right.
And I also feel like, kind of to your point a little bit too, is if this happened all the time, then
why keep on doing it?
Well, we would hear more than one story too.
But what if they're killed? But they would report it.
Yeah, I feel like...
Man, I don't know.
I feel like in Brownsville, there's like one tragedy and they shut everything down.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, even if it's a car crash or anything like that, it's just
shut it down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't blame people for that.
No, yeah.
Because like I've been like...
It's a small city.
Well, and when I lived in Dallas and there was like a really bad car accident and people died, like they ran into a restaurant. Nobody wants to eat at that restaurant anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, like there was this drunk and he ran through a restaurant and he killed people in the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
in a car.
I thought you meant like across the restaurant. No, like it.
Yeah, like he drove in through the window and he killed people. Right. And so then they're like, no, I don't want to eat there anymore.
No, yeah.
And like, you know, like
that's understandable.
And like I've been to strip clubs and people are murdered and I don't want to go back anymore. It's less fun.
Yeah.
Right. So
you're not comfortable.
I'm less comfortable.
Yeah. Less.
And one thing about me going to strip clubs, I like to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. Right.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. So where are you on the scale? Did you answer?
I'm going to go with the 60%.
Just a little above average.
Yeah.
It's not great. Oh, I don't want to go too low because I feel like somebody put a lot of effort into this story, right? But it's not a great story again. It's crazy.
It is. It's not normal.
So I believe our first episode, the Leal story.
That was pretty basic, pretty normal, but...
It seems more legit. Like that would really happen.
Even though it happened before this shit?
Yeah. This is in the 90s. Like this happened in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's kind of weird.
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Or maybe you have a story of your own. Like maybe
ya te chupó el diablo.
Or maybe they're related to one of the people that died. Maybe we're naive about this, right? Maybe we're disregarding.
How many people have died there in the hotel? That's a good question. I have never heard someone dying in that hotel.
Maybe other people have, and maybe they can leave that in the comments. Maybe this is true. It's pretty outrageous, but it's a cool story, and it's definitely one that
it's out there,
goes around in Brownsville, so it fits our theme.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this episode. We will see you next time. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
We will see you next time.
Bye, guys.